Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoiint and these are the best new games releasing in December that you need to know about. Whether you're into racing games, sci-fi action, open world exploration, or you just want something free to play, I've got you covered. And we're kicking today's video off with Red Dead Redemption, which is getting a next-gen, or is it now current-gen release for the PS5 and Xbox Series. Now, we did get an update to this back on the PS4, but this time it is a native PS5 game. So that means we're getting a few improvements, including 60 FPS, HDR, and 4K, making it feel more like a modern game, plus a new list of trophies to get. Now, the fact that this will be a native PS5 game means we're getting the full DualSense support, so things like haptic feedback and adaptive triggers as we're riding around and shooting those enemies. It's also going to be bundled with the Undead Nightmare DLC, which turns the game into a zombie survival horror with a new story to play through. Now, if you've never played this game before, now could be the perfect time while we wait for them to actually announce a Red Dead Redemption 2 remaster, or until GTA 6 drops in 2026. So this will release on December 2nd, but the good news is it could be free for you. And that's because if you own the original game, you can get this update version for free. And it's coming to PS Plus Extra day one. So anyone who's on PS Plus Extra or Premium, you'll get to play this entire game at no extra cost. Okay, and next up is Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Now, at first I thought this was going to be some weird spin-off game, but it's actually a full-on side-scrolling beat-em-up built by the same team behind the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So you've got a roster of 15 Marvel heroes, including Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Iron Man. Then you can just smash your way through the streets of New York in this 90s Streets of Rage style gameplay. Now, it's definitely got that classic arcade vibe, and the combat leans quite heavily into the tag team system, and that's where you can choose two characters at the start of each level, and you can switch between your characters mid-fight. Plus, it supports both local and online co-op, so it means this is a nice couch co-op game to smash out at home. Now, this drops on December 1st, and it's out everywhere, including PS4, PS5, Xbox, PC, and Switch. Okay, and if you're an Avatar fan, Frontiers of Pandora gets two big updates this month. And first up is on December 5th, they are adding a new third-person view where you'll be able to play through the entire game again in either first or third person. And this was probably one of the biggest requests, at least it was from me, when the game first launched back in 2023. There's also going to be a new Game Plus mode and new challenges and rewards if you want to play through it again. And this update will be free for anybody who has the base game already. Then on December 19th, there's a new DLC called From the Ashes, and this expansion ties in nicely with a new movie which drops on the same day. So this DLC has a whole new story where you play as a Na'vi warrior whose life gets ripped apart from an ambush by the RDA. But it's not just a new story, it adds a darker tone to the game with new areas including this forest setting. Now, I am excited to play the new story, but that third person view is what does it for me. This game was made to be in third person. So if you played the game before, this could be the perfect excuse to get back on it. Or if you've been holding off, you can get both the base game and the DLC in one pack. And this will drop on December 19th on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Next up, we have Terminator 2D No Fate, which is a new side-scrolling arcade game based on the original 90s movie. It's got this proper retro pixel art style to it that instantly makes it feel like a classic game. So in this, you get to play as Sarah Connor, or the T-800, you know the one, Arnie, following the original movie storyline, blasting through waves of enemies, dodging the T-1000, and trying not to die in the true arcade style. Now, the game is fast-paced with short, punchy levels with boss fights to really test your skills. Now, this is clearly a kind of run-and-gun type game, but it also has the traditional beat-em-up mechanics as well. It's definitely one of those nostalgic games that's perfect for those late-night gaming sessions before the year wraps up. Now, unfortunately, this has been delayed twice already, but hopefully it will actually drop on December 12th this time. And that's going to be out on pretty much everything, including the PS4, PS5, Xbox, PC, and Switch. So a new game to talk about this month is Code Violet, and this one is a wild one. It's a third-person survival horror with a pretty unique twist. So you play as Violet Sinclair, a woman who's been ripped from her time and thrown into this bizarre-looking facility. It's swarming with prehistoric beasts and enemies, and you'll need to sneak through the dark corridors, scavenge for gear, manage your limited resources, and try to stay alive long enough to uncover what on earth is going on. There are dinosaurs, conspiracy twists, and enough horror-like tension to make you jump at every corner. Now, although I do like the look of this game and the atmosphere looks awesome, I just realised it's made by the same devs who brought us Quantum Break. If you've not heard of that game, don't Google it. but it makes me a little skeptical of how this launch will go. It could be good or it could be a whole lot of ass. So maybe keep your mind's eye on the reviews before buying it, because this could go either way. But this does drop on December 12th and that's exclusively on PS5. And here's one for the Gran Turismo fans, because GT7 gets a brand new update and DLC this month. So it's called the Power Pack add-on, and it's adding more hardcore and authentic modes to the game. It's going to come with 50 new races across 20 categories and full race weekends where you can play through the practice, qualifying, and then compete in the main races. And there's also a big one, something a lot of players have been asking for since the game first launched: 24-hour endurance races. Now, it's not clear how these will be managed yet, like can we pause or save mid-race? I'm not so sure, but the fact is it is finally coming to the game this month. It also comes with 5 million in-game credits to spend if you wanted to buy some new cars. Now, I've only actually ever played the games on a controller, but I'm really starting to get that itch for a racing sim, especially with this new update. So the GT7 Power Pack add-on drops on December 4th, and that's on PlayStation 5. And if you're craving that old school RPG vibe but with a fresh coat of 2025 paint, Octopath Traveler 0 is out this month. Now, if you're a long-time fan of the series, you've probably got this on your radar already, but if not, it's a prequel, which means you do not need to have played the previous games and can jump straight into this one. Now, visually, it's still rocking the signature HD 2D style that the series is known for, where we get this nice pixel art which we're all used to, but this time around you don't start with pre-made heroes. Instead, you can build your very own protagonist now. We're talking appearance, traits, skills and all. You then need to rebuild your hometown, recruit 30 allies, and for the first time you can run fights with up to 8 characters. But the big feature in this game is definitely the town building, where you can now select and build houses, decorate and expand the town. Now, it's not something that we had in Octopath 1 and 2, so it's a cool addition to get in this one. But anyway, Octopath Traveler 0 launches on December 4th on PlayStation, Xbox, PC and Switch. Now, I think it is mad to think how many Xbox games we've seen dropping on the PS5 recently, including Gears of War, Forza and Indiana Jones. Well, following that recent trend, Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming to the PS5 this month. Now, this is that huge open world game where you're able to jump into 125 different aeroplanes and helicopters and fly around the entire world. Now, you could spend hours exploring real world locations, landmarks and tourist sites, maybe even fly over your own house or town. But then there's also the career mode, where there are missions like firefighting, cargo runs, air ambulance and search and rescue. Plus, what's cool about the PS5 version is it's built with the controller features in mind, so things like adaptive triggers and gyro controls. I can actually imagine this feeling pretty impressive on the DualSense unless you've already got a full-blown flying sim setup. So, Microsoft Flight Simulator lands on December 8th on PS5, unless you go for the deluxe edition, and that is December 3rd. And if you're in the mood for something different in December, maybe a little more chill, we've got Skate Story, and this could be a sleeper hit. This feels like an old school skateboarding game, but set inside this original looking world. So it's actually set in the underworld, where you need to skate and grind your way through the land, mastering your board, exploring the environments, chaining tricks and jumping into boss battles. So it's less about high pressure competition or realism, and more about keeping the momentum and popping as many tricks as you can. But it's the environment of this game that looks incredible. I'm loving the artwork and the dark, gritty vibe that the devs have gone for. So yeah, something totally different this month, but something I definitely wanted to show you. And Skate Story grinds onto the PS5 on December 8th. And Unbeatable is a new rhythm adventure game which has been in development for the last 4 years, where you play as Beat living in a world where music has been outlawed. Now, it looks like the gameplay flips between 2 modes. You can explore the world and side quests, hang out with locals and play minigames, but then there's the stage, the main mode. It's full-on rhythm gameplay where you have to play songs to the beat. I'm loving this anime-inspired art where it looks hand-drawn but has 3D elements as well. So yeah, a little bit of a weird one, but this drops on December 9th on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. And not quite a new game, but Fortnite Season 7 rolled out a few days ago with a whole new map this time, themed on LA, Las Vegas and Area 51. They've also got rid of the battle bus and replaced it with a storm that you can now surf in on, although they will probably bring it back soon. There are new weapons, new loot and new ways to travel, including hot air balloons and wingsuits, but the big one, drivable reboot vans. I'll be honest with you, I don't play Fortnite, but I understand this game is huge, so I bet a lot of you guys have been smashing this out already over the last few days. And don't forget that on December 11th, we have the annual Game Awards show. Now, this is basically the end of year event where we get to check out all of the games that got the hype and which game gets crowned Game of the Year. But the cool thing is we also get to see some new game trailers for upcoming releases in 2026, plus a few surprises. And if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, we are getting 5 new games dropping on December 2nd. First is LEGO Horizon Adventures, which is a great couch co-op LEGO game to play, Killing Floor 3, The Outlast Trials, Sensuality, Echo of Adia, and Neon White. Now you will have until January 5th to download them, and don't forget to add them to your library and they will remain there forever. Okay, well that wraps up December 2025. We've got a mixed bag here of racing packs, third-person updates, and a lot of rhythm-based games. But hopefully there is something new for everyone, or at the very least an opportunity to clear that backlog. For me though, I'm looking forward to Red Dead Redemption and Terminator 2D. But what about you? Anything that you're really hyped for or something that I've missed today? Now drop a nice December games in the comments and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And if you did enjoy today's video, check out my 10 gaming accessory video next. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and follow me everywhere. Until next time.